Hey there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Ben Olson. That's Nathan Fox. We're the founders of LSATdemon.com and our weekly podcast, Thinking LSAT. We have an email here from Kevin.
Hey, Ben and Nathan, I believe drilling is more useful than practice tests. Period.
There's a third option here.
Line break.
Oh, I like that, actually. Get your conclusion out front and make it clear. Yeah.
I'm like remarking on that because I dig Kevin's style. I mean, that's like, okay, there's your thesis.
Yep.
Let's see what evidence you have for the hypothesis that drilling is more useful than practice tests. I think that that's Kevin's conclusion.
Okay.
Let's see what Kevin's premises are. Kevin says, I understand practice tests are useful for getting comfortable with a timer and overall environment of taking a test. But when you're scoring in the 170s, it means you have a good handle on levels 1 through 4, and the real struggles are the level 5 questions that the other 170s are fighting over. I don't think it's a good use of time doing a practice test and answering a bunch of lower level questions when the real problem is the level 5 questions. What do you guys think, Kevin? I'm going to object.
I'll
see what you think first.
I'm going to object as well. I don't think that this is entirely false, Kevin, so I don't think you're wrong, but you always got to go back to the principle. You want to practice like you're going to play. And how you're going to play this game, you're going to go take a practice test. Now, people can take that to the extreme and all they do is practice tests, which I think is a dumb idea. You can do individual time sections, which is a great way to practice how you're going to ultimately play, but not fall into the trap of spending 2.5 hours on something that you then have to review. At the same time, I think if you just do drilling, you're going to the other extreme. I think you're right. You can do a lot of drilling, but just weave in time sections and practice tests.
Yeah. I get what Kevin is saying, that because drilling in the Demon focuses on your level, right? It tries to get you to a just right level of difficulty where you're going to miss 25% or whatever it is of your questions. And if you're scoring in the 170s, that means that when you drill, the Demon is going to have learned, oh, you never miss level 1, 2, 3, probably not even 4. I'm going to give you mostly the hardest questions. And that's efficient if you've only got 15 minutes. It is efficient to do a really hard question, see if you can get it right. And if you struggle with it, read the written explanation, watch videos, use the ask button, all the other resources that we have in the Demon for getting help. I don't deny, Kevin, that that is useful. But those level 5 questions, on the real test, you only ever encounter them in context. When you're drilling, you're going to know that you're probably seeing mostly only the hardest questions. On the real test, you're going to have no idea how difficult the question is. And you're also going to have to make sure that you get paid for all those level 1s, level 2s, level 3s, level 4s. Like, you're not even getting to the 170s if you miss any of those questions. So it is critical that people do timed sections. And that is probably the thing that you said. There's an intermediate in between drilling and practice tests, which is, what about putting 35 minutes on the clock to do one timed section? Learn to turn off the clock, learn to ignore the clock, learn to cope with the fact that you're going to have a pop-up that says 5 minutes remaining, learn to cope with the fact that you will have a ticking clock for the remaining 5 minutes. That's all replicas of what happens on the real test. And then when you're encountering those level 5s near the end of the section, you will know that you've already done however many questions, and maybe the clock is now in your face again. And there's lots of really important stuff that happens when you do those timed sections to make the process more realistic. Not only that, Kevin, I understand what you're saying, that the level 5 questions is going to differentiate the 174s from the 175s from the 176s. That is true. But you have to also get paid for the level 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s. And even though I know that you can handle all those questions and you're very rarely going to miss any of those questions, you need to practice going slowly and carefully enough that you answer them correctly and efficiently enough that you then have the time deeper in the section to take even more time potentially to answer the level fives that you're likely to encounter at the end of the section. Not only that, but what about the surprise level 5 difficulty question number 7 that you might encounter sometimes? Right? You've got to get used to like nailing number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then all of a sudden a hard one pops up. You got to get used to that. You got to get used to then answering it and putting it behind you and moving on and doing a bunch more easy questions before more hard ones start popping up. There's lots of like emotional roller coaster shit that can happen to you during a 35-minute section that's not going to happen to you during drilling. So I hope that you're not only drilling, just like I hope that people aren't only doing practice tests. I think you should be doing a blend of both.
I agree.
Anything more for Kevin?
No, the only thing I would add, this is not a question that Kevin asked, but it is something that you touched on, and that is that the whole reason drilling itself gives you a mix of question types is that's how the test is, right? A lot of people, they're like, oh, I'm not good at necessary assumption questions, so I want to go do a bunch of those. Fine, go do 5 or 6 so you can get what it means to encounter a necessary assumption question. But that's it.
Yeah.
Go back to regular drilling because that's how the test is going to be. And it's a wildly different experience to go into a question before you even start it, knowing what it is. It's going to start to bias how you think about it. And so for that same reason, we don't encourage people to target individual question types, even though they can.
Yep. Thanks, Kevin, for writing in. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you'd like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.